Alive! Robert, why are you hiding behind your mic?
Hi!
Hey everyone, welcome to Rules is Fun.
You would not be able to tell that this is episode 14 of our second story.
Yes, you couldn't be able to tell that we're not just starting out. Anyway, hey, we're Rules is Fun. We play Pathfinder. Yeah, that's basically it. That's all you need to know. I've got 3 people here who play characters. So why don't you tell me what the character is that you're playing and who you are, and together with all of that, last time I asked you about your favorite of the orders that kind of terrorized Dreidan. I want to hear your least favorite this time.
Oh, damn.
Still have to.
Oh, that is a lot harder.
You can take that one however you want. Do you need to refresh on the orders?
Yes, please.
All right. I should have prepared this. Nope. When it says background, it's background of you and not background of the world.
For those who have not watched all the previous episodes, the orders
I've got it.
We're playing in a city called Dreidan, which is continuously threatened by monsters from all directions. They've been grouped into 11 categories.
Yes.
You have
that order.
I have it as well, yeah. It's the... Want me to go? Want me to listen? Or do you want to do it?
I'm sorry, I did not catch what you said.
Want me to list them?
No, I have them right here.
All right,
go ahead.
The orders are the Order of the Hidden, an order of deceivers, manipulators, and those with psionic or other mind-affecting powers. The Order of Perfection, which contains celestial creatures such as angels and archons. Seems quite good at the start, but secretly kind of hates humanity and thinks the world would be better without them, or, humanoids in general. The Order of the Wild contains dire animals and plant creatures, as well as a couple of druids. The Order of Monsters is kind of a collection of all kinds of monstrous creatures, usually the intelligent ones, and especially the monstrous humanoids. So, like, think of Gorgons, or Greek Gorgons, not game Gorgons, and Minotaurs, those kind of things. Order of Torment contains demons, devils, and other fiends, as well as their summoners. The Order of the Mad includes oozes, constructs, and one mad scientist. The Order of Serpents has snake-like creatures and dragons, as well as other reptile-like monsters. The Order of the Dead has undead. The Order of the Prime Eve has fey creatures, elementals, and other ancient beings. The Order of the Tribe has the humanoids who have joined the side of the Order, and who are usually categorized in tribes, and then all tribes together form this Order of the Tribes. And finally, the Order of the Night contains werewolves, vampires, and other specifically nice-dwelling creatures.
Thank you.
Then let's get to introductions. I'm Merel. I always go first, and this time I have no problem with that. So shut up, Robert. I'll be playing Alice for full name. Your resident stabby bookworm. And last time, it was all about how interesting the orders are. That's for Alice, as she likes to share her vast intelligence and very little wisdom with her peers, and learn more at every opportunity. Meaning that her least favorite order is the most boring one, which is the Order of Perfection. because everything is so goddamn rigid and the same.
You once
Sure.
again said it wrong. It's the order of perfection.
I said that.
It didn't sound like
thought
it, but
yeah,
okay.
it sounded like you said the order of protection.
No, I meant perfection. Sorry, my audio is kind of bad.
Yeah,
I'm aware of it. I'm trying to fix it, but it's tough.
I must ask then, if you're so interested about all the information in the orders, isn't the Order of the Hidden your least favorite since there's the least amount of information on it?
No, because that is where you want more information.
Yeah, but you won't
Obviously,
get it.
mysteries are inherently interesting.
Okay.
I do think it's my least favorite order.
I mean, she did say she didn't like the Order of Perfection because it was boring, so that makes sense then.
I'm Robert. I'm playing Orgulmir, a giant gladiator who can fight with a spear, with 2 swords, with a gun. It's pretty bulky, heavy plate armor, relatively flexible. He has a high reflex save. He does, however, have a very low will save, so mind control and mind affection. He's not that good against that, and I think you said it's what the Order of the Hidden also contains, the mind controllers.
Psionics. Psionics.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, no, he doesn't like them.
H.E. Mills, I play Nyx, a shapeshifter and elementalist who generally goes around looking like more or less
A chair.
person. Yeah, chair. Sometimes working on the chair, working on it. And actually, yeah, Nyx's least favorite order is definitely the Order of the Hidden for various reasons. There's a reason Nyx is visibly a shapeshifter, not going around like a normal human.
All right. Last we left off, you were still on your way to. You are even still on the way to Iritis with your caravan in order to grab a couple of nobles because Dreidan is currently without a lord since you murdered the last one.
Again.
What do we even need him for, really? I mean,
We're gonna get a new one.
So you were sent to the nearby Kingdom of Iritis to go and grab a lord. Iritis is the kingdom that Dreidan protects, but their cultures are vastly different. But there are a lot of nobles there, so you need a lord, you get one there.
Buy one, get one free.
Exactly. You're getting 10, so
it's a good deal.
And you will have to escort those two back to Dreidan, but first you have to get there.
Dreidan purchases its lords in bulk.
Buy 10, you can lose a couple.
Yeah, makes sense. Try and get most of them back alive.
Yeah, what was this again? 90. As long as 90% of anything survives, it's fine.
Yeah.
We only need 10% of the lords.
That's true.
Yes. Anyway, at the end of last session, you were looking for a creature called the Monster of Coldmarsh, who seems to be quite elusive. But you did eventually find it hidden in the mud. And I think it ended with going to attack it?
Nyx had turned into an elemental and was chasing it down. I think you were exactly 20 feet behind it.
Right. Everyone roll for initiative.
Right. Nope.
Just put in chat. It's the easiest for me.
Yeah.
That's likely going to freeze my camera again.
Never mind then.
Sorry.
Whoa!
Then you can just...
Also, those noises will show up on the recording.
HC, I'm faster than you, and I had a 5.
I have a 24.
Okay, I think I know who's going first.
Guys.
Damn.
But I don't know what exactly is going on. So.
Right. You're not going to believe me.
What?
What's your initiative modifier?
+3. No, my initiative modifier is a +4.
All
I
right.
was just gonna say you got a 24 with +3 modifier.
No,
Then you're
I was
cheating.
taking dexterity modifier. Sorry.
Well, I rolled a d20 and a d4. Is that not allowed?
No, I used inspiration on it. I can't use
Rolled a
inspiration on
D100.
initiative. It's one of the few rolls I can't use it for, no matter how many points I spent.
Oh, I did want to ask one thing, I guess.
Go ahead.
The elementalist form is described as having no limbs, but is that actually meant as no limbs at all, or meant as no hands for somatic gestures? I felt like probably more some rudimentary limbs.
It kind of depends on the form, but especially, like for air elements, I can imagine that. But especially, you're quite morphable. Especially Earth elementals actually have a vague humanoid stature. So you do have arms, but they just end in like a big stump.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's good to know. So I can go I can point a little.
Yeah,
over there.
you can point, and most importantly, you can slam fists into something.
Good to know.
All right. So you approach the monster. It's so nice to just be able to call it the monster. You approach the monster, and it sees you, and it reacts. It will jump out of the mud.
Oh.
And you can now see its full stature. It seems to be a creature either covered by or made out of a lot of vines and plants, and you can see like a muddy humanoid shape underneath it. You can see its 4 great eyes that are entirely black. It has no. It's vaguely humanoid. But it has no neck at all, and its head seems to be kind of part of its body, and it's just a big lump, and then 2 arms stick out of it quite high, and 2 legs on which it walks. And it seems to kind of almost pull itself out of the mud, and then it starts to carefully back away.
Oh.
Okay.
And then, Alice, it is your turn.
I would like to start with studying it.
Right.
Basically, the swift action study. But my priority is not necessarily defeating it, because I know I'm going to have a tough time as soon as it disappears, chasing it down again. So my primary objective is going to be figuring out what it is. So, how far away is it from me?
I would say about. It's not too close. I would say about 40 feet.
All right. In that case, I am going to start trying out languages. I am very disappointed in myself that I do not know Sylvan, since that is the one I would want to try. But instead, I'm not sure if Nick speaks Terran. I am going to start with Terran, followed by Elven. Just say, "Hi, we mean no harm," and first in Terran, followed by Elven, and just rattle down the list.
All right, which list? I want to hear the entire list.
Common, Oran, Elven, Aquan, Ignan, Terran, Undercommon, Abyssal, Giant, and Celestial.
All right.
I decided not to put all my points in linguistics, so...
What?
Yeah. I decided against an additional language. It's only 10.
We'll see what happens soon. Ori, you're up first.
Yeah, no, it hit me, so I don't like it. It's backing away, right?
Yes.
Okay, then Ori. Oh yeah, Ori.
Yeah.
We'll take a step forward and then be like, no, you're not tricking me this time. And yeah, sorry, I'm gonna shoot it.
Dang it.
Right?
He
It's
tricked
what
me.
we're here for.
He tricked me. I'm gonna shoot him.
All right. Are you gonna move forward?
I take one step forward.
All right. Then you're out of your first increment range, so you do not target it touch AC, and get a -2 penalty.
Because it's too far away.
Yeah. The guns in this world are still very new.
Mm-hmm.
Their power just they really lose accuracy and power at a very short range. So shooting a thing that's 40 feet away is pretty far away.
Fair enough. In that case, because I think Ori would know this, I would use my standard action to create an aiming scope lens.
Right.
So I get a +1 competence bonus, and treat the ranged attack as being 1 range increment closer for all effects.
Yes, exactly.
So next turn I can shoot it.
All right. So you do not shoot it just yet, but you do clearly take aim.
I do clearly take aim. Using standard action lens. I imagine that there's actually a lens appearing around his eye.
Or with a monocle.
Have the gun fixed at him.
Yeah.
Very Terminator.
I was more thinking like top hat and a monocle.
Nah, let's go with RoboCop Terminator.
Sure. The medieval RoboCop
It's not
Terminator.
a monocle, it's an integrated aiming scope. Nix, it's your turn.
Right. Well, Nix in his elemental shape isn't too fast. That's kind of the downside. So I can only move 20 feet. I am going to move 20 feet forward to have the option of attacking it next turn, possibly, unless it moves further away. I'm going to... I guess I can move, actually. I can move twice or move really fast,
Yeah, you can
right?
move twice. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I should. Yeah, actually, I think I'm just... Yeah, I'm going to close the distance. Then I can't attack this turn.
All right.
And I am going to shift into small size then as well.
You may make me a reflex save.
That's what I was afraid of.
Trap. Okay. Enough.
Or you have been burned before.
Well, I can burrow in my current form, so hopefully... let's see. Reflex over there. My reflex save is pretty good. That's excellent. 27.
Oh, damn.
All right. You move towards it, and you have a little bit of difficulty, like seeing exactly what's going on in elemental form. Are you actually burrowing, or are you like close to the surface?
I'm going to be close to the surface because I want to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, you're close to the surface. You're approaching it, and with your tremor sense still active, but kind of subconscious, suddenly you notice when you get to the place where he was before, there's something in front of him, and you just managed to evade a net that is suddenly snapping closed, and create. Now it's just kind of a ball of tangled vines, but it would have been intended for you to get caught in.
Ha! Come on, no one would fall for that.
And Nix didn't fall for it. Yeah, you kind of did, but he got away. He got away. Okay. I did close the distance then?
Yeah.
Alright. That's where I end my turn.
The monster is going to answer in common.
Sure.
Well, I could have done that.
And it's going to say, for a group of people who does not mean harm, your friends are awfully close and pointing things at me.
Can I respond?
Yeah,
what
sure.
does he do next? Okay.
I mean, you got him, point to Ori, hung upside down, and he is not too clever right now. He mostly just wants to be close. We're also a bit wary. Same as you.
All right. The monster is currently standing down, but keeping a very close look, like it, kind of moving its head slightly. Probably his eyes as well, but you cannot see them. They're just all black. Between Ori and Nyx. Alice.
I am still studying it. I would like to keep it talking and preferably in sight. So I am just sort of taking like a step forward, so that I'm in the clearly in the mud and just sitting down, cross-legged. Clearly, I am not going to be a threat. The thing doesn't know I can teleport.
Bold assumption, but all right.
For now, my purpose is figuring out what exactly is going on with this thing and what it wants. So I'm sitting down and just saying, why are you putting traps near the bridge? Just asking. That's gonna be my turn.
It's fun. Ori.
I don't like this kid. It's a kid in Ori's book. Probably not.
Nyx will have moved to the side of this thing in case you want to shoot it.
Fair enough. Fair
Will
enough.
not be in the way of the gun because...
I mean, you are also size small, and this thing is medium sized.
Yeah, that helps too. Still.
I
to you.
will
Mr.
spend
Plant Monster! Mr. Plant Monster!
I will spend a spell point to keep the lens going. And Ori's pissed. Kind of pissed, not that pissed. No, he's not pissed. That de-escalated quickly.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna hold my action. I am going to shoot it if it means any harm to the three of us. Either attacking us.
I need an action.
Fair. Okay. I am going to shoot him if he attacks one of the three of us.
All right, that's fair. Yes.
Right.
And I assume that you're. Yeah, I'm also just gonna give you like if he makes a trap that trigger that one of you triggers. I assume that then you're gonna shoot it as well.
If you allow me, then yes. Well, mostly if he triggers it. If someone steps in it, like, yeah, it's your own fault. If he triggers something...
I mean, you say it's then it's your own fault, but it is exactly the thing that Ori is pissed about.
Yeah, that's why he's not that pissed.
You walked into the trap.
Yeah.
All right, no, that's fair. Nyx.
Tricky.
I know.
Yeah.
You can talk, right? As a...
I can, I know.
Just don't want to. Just want to hit it.
No, it's just... I mean, orders are to take him out, right? He did put traps on the bridge along the way. I mean, I wouldn't mind capturing him, but can you even capture a thing like this?
Can knock him out.
Can
That
try
helps.
to knock him out. Actually, I think, yeah. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere by talking with this thing.
Oh, I also don't think so. But I'd like to know more about it before I attack it.
Fair enough. All right.
Sneaky little devil.
Right.
But you know that.
It's literally what I do.
Okay.
It is literally
Since
what
we're
I
still
do.
talking, it's not Nyx's style to attack an opponent who is still talking. I am also going to wait out this conversation with Holt attacking until this thing does an aggressive action towards us. So attacks us or uses a magical effect near someone that seems like it's. If it does something do something like that, then I will attack.
Right. The monster is going to withdraw from you. Still kind of carefully backing away. But, not straight back, not ever going ever further, but more like make sure you don't stay out. You stay out of melee range. And that Ori will need to move a bit if you want to shoot it. Alice.
How far away does it go, actually?
It goes 20 feet further away.
Right. All right. I mean, I get making traps is fun and catching people in it. I mean, I've also done that. But what do you do once you have people in it? You just let them be hurt? Or
laugh usually.
Laugh? Alright. Do you want them dead, or do you just want, like, funny joke, banana peel, fall into the water? Funny joke. That's the purpose.
What about those needles? Is that funny?
Staying safe.
Is this your home? Like this marsh? That you're trying to protect?
I believe your group has called me after it. That should give you some information on it.
Ah. So you're aware of our organization?
Yes.
I get that. The pins are obvious, right? They killed you thrice?
Yes.
Wait, actually kills you?
Yes.
That is very interesting. And
I wouldn't call it interesting.
Sorry, I also we deal with undead. Sorry, we deal with undead and undying a lot. I read a lot of books. I call a lot of things interesting. They will attest to that.
Ori, what you gonna do?
Oh. How far do I have to move forward to be in his range again?
About 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up 10 feet. Okay. I was kind of afraid of a roll for a reflex save.
No.
And I'm gonna treat it differently this time. I will hold my action, and if he moves, I'll shoot. And I actually say to him, "Stop moving, or I'll shoot you." Last warning.
Right, Nix.
He doesn't like jokes.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the distance. Probably going for another trap, but I'm gonna look for traps and
make a perception check.
Okay.
Run into a tree. Planned this all along.
Let's see. That is a natural 20.
You don't see any traps.
Well then, I'm guessing there aren't any. Well, I close the distance again.
You close the distance and you do not encounter any traps.
Okay. I'm also going to say, yeah, I'm going to need you to stay right here as well.
Yeah, we're done.
All right.
There's no way he's going to continue to talk now.
We'll see.
If you stand still, we can talk.
Mm-hmm. The monster kind of closes to claw-like hands in front of him. And just waits.
Okay.
All right, that's his entire turn.
As far as you know, yes.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
All right. Yeah. Alice. Alice just holds up a hand, works herself up from the ground. Doctor says, "Guys, you're being really threatening, and it's completely unnecessary. I mean, if it just wants a good laugh, we can make a deal, right? We create some funny things. It is useless for us to try and kill it when it's just going to come back, and it's just annoying. For what do you prefer to be called, actually?
Oh, the monster of Coldmarsh is fine.
Okay, no." The monster of Coldmarsh doesn't appreciate being killed or like put into a coma or what?
No,
Not exactly.
it's actually being killed.
Oh, okay. And that lasts, but then you're out for like a couple weeks or days, or
I don't know how much time passes. You tell me.
Sense.
I can tell you with quite some certainty, when you're dead, not so much feeling of time.
That is very true. That makes a lot of sense. Alice by now is standing. She is expecting that thing to flee. Basically, she is talking. She's trying to get it to say why it comes back, but she really doesn't want to ask it directly because it seems very hostile. She is going to stay this far away, though.
All right. Or Nix, do you want to do anything?
Yeah.
You first.
Let me first. No, I made a threat. If it moves, I'll shoot it, and I'll stick to that promise and stick to that action, and let Alice do the further talking.
Kind of want to.
You want to hit something?
Capture it. No, I want to. Okay. Look, our caravan has to pass here, and while we have a great sense of humor, our leader, our general, does not.
He's a sourpuss.
Yeah, very, very much so. What would it take for you to stay out of the way for a while?
It's a very good question. I would say a good laugh and something to eat. No traps means no hunting. No hunting means no food.
Right.
Well, for that, we'd need to know what you like to eat. And we need to come up with something funny. Oh God. This is not the direction I wanted to go in. That's fine.
You want to talk with it? Yeah.
No. Yeah, it's just playing time. I mean, what is funny? Like, you like things being hurt, but death for us is not an option, since we don't come back. What does it feel like actually being dying? Like, if this is very inappropriate, you can absolutely tell me, but it sounds like we can never experience it, and you come back, so
Have
maybe
you tried?
tell us. Yeah, I did. I got very close, and then people told me that I was not allowed to do it again, so...
I mean, then I get, it would feel probably about the same way. It is generally quite painful.
Like, nah. I am very carefully going to start make my closer since I'm shouting right now. I'm the only one that's about 50 feet away, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get to the 30 feet edge.
All right.
I'm very carefully looking for traps that I'm not stepping into. So this is finding traps. Oh,
yes.
no, wait. No, we took that out because of the champion.
Oh, okay.
The blended training from spheres. That is not a great roll, but it's fine. That's a 16.
Yeah, you don't notice any traps.
Right.
And you walk closer and you do not trigger any traps.
That's good to know. My study wears off this round, by the way. So, yep, that is basically what I'm doing. You guys will probably notice, I'm prodding for information mostly. I am. It's the deal is continuously pushed aside. Really don't care. That's my turn.
All right. Orienix?
Yeah, still holding my gun, still keeping to the threat, holding the action. I will say to it or ask it, if they want you dead, it's not because you're just a trickster. There must be something more.
I assume my traps can be quite dangerous.
So why should we let you live?
Do you ask that question to everyone you meet?
If they're a threat to others, yes, actually. Can be quite a busy schedule.
Yes, sounds like it.
That's all I do.
Okay.
I just hear you picking up the dice.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think I kind of still want to try and knock it out, but I know I'm not going to succeed in one go. But I think Nix is just going to say, okay, man, you're a very interesting creature. I think we should take a closer look. I think Nix is going to, Nix is going to attack and try and do non-lethal damage.
All right, go ahead.
Very curious if this thing in front of me is still the creature. Even we'll see.
For non-lethal, there's a penalty, right?
No. I removed that because that is a really stupid rule.
Nice.
Fair enough. All right. That is first hit is terrible. That is not using energy strike because it doesn't. Can I use a regular energy strike as non-lethal? Because that's bludgeoning damage.
Give me just a moment to check.
Sure.
In the meantime, I do notice a slight delay between video and sound for the hoop. I don't know if that is.
Yeah, it's sometimes the case, and then it corrects itself.
Yeah.
Okay. I have
Keep an eye on
my
it.
internet cable.
Yeah, there
Okay.
is an ability for it to have it be non-lethal. So no.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. You can still knock someone out with a combination of lethal and non-lethal damage, right?
Yeah,
As long as
you
you
can.
You have to balance it out.
I'm still gonna use it. Nyx is pretty hard to handle. I'm gonna use a regular energy strike then. No spell point. First hit attack is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that's enough.
Cool. That is 8 non-lethal bludgeoning damage. And the second one is a 23 to hit for another 7 non-lethal bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And I'm gonna roll for that. Oh, that's a good roll. That's 15 bludgeoning damage on my GG strike.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right.
3d6. That's high. So, gauntlet has been thrown.
Yes. I do consider that to be extremely rude. It opens its inhuman mouth, and it's going to just vomit acid over you.
There we go.
You may make me a reflex save.
I will. That is good. Let's see. Another 27. I rolled really high again.
Ooh.
All right.
I have evasion.
All right. You successfully get away from the acid vomit.
Mm-hmm.
Does it hit anyone behind me? I don't know what kind of effect it is. Line or a cone or.
No, it seems to be just like kind of
Spray.
at you. And it's going to just vroom, disappear into the mud.
Does that count as moving?
Oh yeah,
Then I'm gonna try and shoot it.
cool. What are you gonna shoot at?
Well, if it goes on the ground, I just shoot it where its legs just were and hope it hit its head.
All right. Good luck.
Does that mean make an attack roll?
That means make an attack roll, and you get quite some penalties on that.
Fair enough.
You
You
cannot see
added
your
action
opponent.
for when it. Oh no, for when it moved. Never mind.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
I was
When
holding
it
my
moves.
action, so I signal it, boom! And I held my action, I see it move, that's what I do. That's actually pretty good. But probably don't hit. 14 plus 4 is 18.
Oh no. No, that doesn't hit. Simply
On the
because
ground. No.
Shoot the ground.
yeah, you shoot the ground.
I kept my promise. It's also something.
Um
I didn't get an attack of opportunity for it jumping into the ground like that.
yeah, you would.
Yeah, make an attack of opportunity non-lethal.
Yeah.
I will. I'll try. Nah, that's gonna miss. That's a 13 to hit.
Yeah,
Assuming that
it's
misses.
it doesn't really like sink or anything or dig down as you would do. It seems to just drop.
Yeah.
That makes
So I
sense.
was evading a lot of acid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
didn't expect it to move that way.
Alice.
Where it sunk into, is it mud or water?
It seems to be. Ooh, that's a good one actually. It seems to be actual mud.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to yell out, "Sorry, Nix!" and chuck a bottle of improved alchemist's fire to the spot where it disappeared.
fine.
Which means you are going to get some splash damage.
I can take it.
But I am hoping that it dries out the ground that it just went into. And maybe slow its movement, that we can get some visibility or something of the sort.
I think actually ice might have been a better idea, but you don't have the improved version, I guess.
No, I don't have improved liquid ice, and also we know it is resistant to cold. We've been told that before. I
Oh
believe.
no! Oh, I think they said its resistance change every time.
That.
But this is a cold area, so
Yeah. There was something with that. That's why I decided for the Alchemist Fire. So, this is against touch.
Just tell me what you roll.
I rolled 11 base, which gets for any ranged attack gets a +7, so that would be an 18.
All right, that's
For
decent.
throwing anything.
Yeah. Roll me for damage.
All right. That is. This is not the improved Alchemist Fire. I don't have improved Alchemist Fire.
yeah, you only had improved lightning.
Yeah. So this is 10 points of fire damage and 2 points splash damage.
I don't even feel that.
All right.
Do you have your fire resistance as an elemental?
No, it's a class feature. I always have my fire resistance.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't
Nice.
go away when I transform.
Great. Good to know.
The mud seems to dry out a bit and harden just a little, not too much, not that quickly heated up, but you do see it harden and it kind of sinks away a bit.
Any visible movement below that?
No, not really.
I have a sight on it. I am not going to move. I am going to teleport next to Ori.
All right.
That is move action, through a thing, and swift action, drawing rapier. Drawing my rapier. That's what
Ori.
Okay. So I just shot it. Just saw it vomit Nyx. Acid, huh? Puts the gun away and immediately has the trident and the shield out. And make an Aegis with acid resistance for myself.
All right.
And we'll keep standing here and shout out to Nyx. You know where it is. Just point us to it. And that's all I can do.
Yes.
I guess I can start a tactic. Because I haven't moved yet. I can't, so I will.
I'm right next to you for aggressive flanking.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's gonna be useful, but who knows?
I mean, it's not helpful. Yeah. Doesn't hurt anyone.
Someone is drilling in a wall nearby. Is that audible?
I don't hear it.
Yes. All right.
Annoying for you, but...
Nyx.
Yes. Does my tremor sense tell me?
Your tremor sense tells you that it went down, and then it seems to have moved away from you toward the other two.
Okay. How far is it? So
out of range. Out of range from your tremor sense, because it has moved further than 20 feet.
Enough. Okay. Then Nyx is going to move 20 feet in their direction and see if I can pick it up then. That work?
No.
I do that? Still not pick it up.
You can do that, but you cannot pick it up.
Oh, okay. How far away are they from me?
They would be about 40 feet away. Okay. So you can cover half the distance. So they are now within your range of trauma sense.
Okay, so he's not right beneath them then.
Fast little fucker.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to. I'm just gonna spend. I'm gonna spend my standard action, giving myself an enhancement. Yeah, double enhancement, strength dex, and then I can also add another Great. And that's going to be animal land speed. So, yeah, I can prove my land speed to that of an animal, of the animal transformation. So I can move 40 feet on land now. And yeah, that's going to be my turn. I'm going to see if it pops up. I'm just looking out to see if it pops up or anything like that.
All right. Ooh. Give me just a moment.
Man, this thing is tense. Like the fact that we literally can't do anything because we don't know where it is. It can pop up anywhere, and we have like this 20-foot radius circle in which we half dome in which we can know where it is that we can move around, but moving is dangerous. There's just like this. This is a chess game.
We'll see. What's next?
Alice.
Yeah.
Alice, you will notice like Alice is both annoyed and so. This is like mad scientist coming up. She is so interested. She's been bored for a couple of days. She is loving this. But she will like knowing that we don't know where it is.
Can go up in a tree. That is an option as well for you.
I wanted to ask, how far away is the bridge?
The bridge would be 30 foot away.
Oh, that is great. I'll turn to Ori. Want me to get us on a wooden bridge?
I want you to get up a tree.
You want to get up a tree?
No, you two get up a tree.
We need Nick on the ground to find out where it is.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere.
Then I need you up a tree.
No time to argue. I will teleport up into the nearest tree.
All right.
There you go.
Is it within 30 feet?
Yeah.
All right. And
it's quite densely packed here.
Teleport into a trap. No.
That is seriously what I'm considering. I'm also considering that it might open up a trap below you. That's why I wanted to get you on the bridge, because it does not have direct control over the bridge. But I can communicate that in a couple seconds. So I am up there and I am going to scan basically the entire area for any form of movement.
Right. Sounds like a perception check.
Yeah. That is a good roll. 24.
You do see some movement, but it's more just the water of the river running and
Right.
a piece of the marsh that just has been bubbling all this time.
Yeah.
Because
basically
that's
just
what marshes do.
Crouch down in this tree, holding onto your branch with one hand, rapier at the ready, just sort of scanning for any sign of movement. That is my turn for now.
All right. Ori.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Spend a spell point to keep the Aegis going.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ready a attack with a destructive blast with my trident for if it pops up near me. And what I really want to do is, just tense and looking where it will pop up next to me, because I expect it to pop up next to me. I just want to annoy it a little bit by squeaking my feet a little bit, tapping on the ground, just to draw its attention.
Right.
Like you do for worms.
Yeah.
Tapping on the ground so it makes it seem like it's
In best
raining.
case scenario, it's just hears really well, and now it's annoying that all this sound is coming. Or I just attract it.
It may or may not be offended by it.
I just Morse coded, you douchebag.
That takes a long time, actually.
You
I think.
fucker.
And I don't think you've got Morse code as a language.
Not even I have that one.
Right.
I just want to tell everyone that there is and maybe not in Pathfinder, but in 3rd edition D&D, there was an official language called Drow Sign Language.
Ah,
Very specific.
very specific.
It's a secret language, even, I think.
Nix.
Yes, Nix is. I've got 40 feet land speed movement now. I'm gonna move up to Ori first, at least.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna move up to Ori and keep moving in the direction. Actually, I'm gonna move up to Ori and then take maybe at random. I'm gonna take a right turn and just move that way until I sense something on the ground. If I don't sense anything, I'm just moving in an L shape, basically.
Yeah, you don't sense anything.
All right. To keep my eye out.
Yeah.
I guess I can move more, right? If I'm not using my standard action for anything else.
Yeah, you can.
Then I'm gonna try and make like a semicircle around.
All right.
If I sense anything.
Yeah, with your tremor sense, you don't sense anything.
Okay.
I also want to point out you also don't sense Ori with your tremor sense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because Ori is standing still.
I'll tap my foot a bit.
No, he was tapping it.
Yeah,
He was tapping.
yes, you do sense Ori.
Very confusing. Stop that.
You're exactly. You have succeeded at annoying Nix with your tapping.
Yay! That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alice?
Nix, do you share that you... Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. He doesn't know this.
I'm clearly looking. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, but if Ori was standing still, you would know, like, I don't detect Ori, make that connection, that one doesn't come. I mean, Alice is smart. Would she know this?
I think so. You know how tremor sense would work. At least, I think you've read it somewhere.
Yeah.
You make me an intelligence check if you want to. Like, what is it specifically that you're looking for, that you're wondering whether Alice knows it or not?
Basically, would Alice be able to put together that it's currently somewhere within a range, just being perfectly still so it's not detected?
I would say yes. You don't even need to roll for it, because there are quite some monsters with tremor sense, and like the general advice for monsters with tremor sense is like keep standing still and they cannot see you.
Yeah. I cannot do anything about that, but I'll call out. We need to get it to move. And I will ready an action for if it becomes visible within 30 feet of me, I would like to assume blood control.
All right. Ori.
You'd have done that sooner. Okay.
All right.
No, because it's a very hostile action, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
I need visual and.
At least calling that out. I will slowly move towards where Alice is, making sound to attract it. And trying to sign towards Nix.
Right. You may say it if you want to get it across to me.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to say stand still.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. I was not quite sure, so thank you.
Robert's saying it, or he's very quietly.
I mean, I get it. I'm not sure if Nix understands.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Well, he got it. He got it.
Okay, nice.
Rolled a 19.
Was that your turn?
And I want to hold the same action as last time. If it pops up near me, strike with an energy blast.
All right. Yeah. Nix.
Okay. Yeah. Nix he doesn't like it, but he's gonna stand still and be ready to move if something pops up or he senses anything.
All right.
If I sense something moving through my tremor sense range, I want to try and intercept.
Oh, you can burrow, of course. So you can just.
Probably not as well as this thing. Clearly not as well as
Immediately
this
wrestle
thing.
it to the surface.
Does underground grappling work? No.
Let me get the underground grappling rule.
As if grappling could be any worse.
Grappling can be worse, believe me.
Oh, God.
What I would like to ask is, if it can burrow, can it move through you, since you are an earth elemental?
That is
So-
a very scary question. Yes.
So
I
is grappling then even effective?
Oh man. No.
Just
You can be grappled by a slime, right? That's still grappling if you're in a slime, isn't it? I mean, if I encase this thing, I think I could grapple it.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Oh god, will we?
Right. Yeah. All right, Alice.
Alright, so now visual changes, same as before, like perched, staying quiet, just looking out, mostly keeping an eye on 30 feet around, still in the tree. That's it. That's all I can do for now. Just perched, quiet, and watching.
Ori.
Still not popping up, so I'll just keep doing what I did. Ready the action with the energy blast, stamping the floor a little bit more aggressively and shoveling a bit, and just shouting, "You wanted some fun? Then get out of here, you little fucker!"
Both of them are within 30 feet of me, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
say so roughly. Nix.
See.
I really want to hit it now.
I'm still standing still for now. I'm gonna wait a little longer, see what happens. But if something happens, then if I've got any idea of clue of where it is, then I will be heading for it. Full haste, full speed. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for now.
Alice.
Playing the waiting game again. See if we can wait it out. And if not, then there's really stupid stuff coming.
And Ori.
It's still not. Annoying little shit. I think Ori will actually call it annoying little shit.
What? It hasn't done anything.
It did!
For a very long time, it hasn't done anything.
Same as before, but now calling out. If you want to do something fun, wrestling with a gladiator or a giant, very much fun. Don't have to die. Can be sportsmanship.
Alright.
Just don't pop up next to me or I'll stab you.
It was almost convinced, I think. Almost.
How long are you gonna wait?
Elise is not the most patient. Basically, next round, I'm going to call out. Or you want to try out one of the traps? She is literally suggesting that you walk into a trap.
Find one.
Still not moving, depending on what your response to that is.
If that counts as something fun and we can get it something to eat, fine. I'm not gonna like it.
I'm not sure if that deal's still on the table.
Someone hit it.
Nix is going
And I'll
to
hit Nix for you in revenge.
Nix is going,
You're going to?
See, I'm gonna go underground and follow Ori, basically. See if I
Alright.
bump into anything or notice anything underground.
All right. Good. So, Ori, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, if Alice offered this, put the spear back. I'll walk into a trap for you. We'll get you something to eat. You leave, we pass.
Goed, dat is not all what I was suggesting.
And I'll hit Nix for you if you want. Spear's gone, by the way. Trident's gone. I'm not gonna stab you.
Yeah, you can
I
look for a
will-
trap.
I will look. I can look around to see if there is a trap.
All right, make me a perception check. Unfortunately, still the same DC as finding the trap to avoid it.
22.
22. All right. Yeah. You find a nearby trap. Let's see. There's kind of a more shoddy-looking trap, which is just a part of the road that seems to have it seems to kind of go into the water a bit on one side.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see now in the water that just underwater there has been this kind of net or netting made that probably holds a pit underneath.
Okay.
It is not very well hidden. It's very much relying on the fact that it's just in the water that people will not notice it.
Can I still move towards it in my turn?
Yeah, you can. Like,
Then I will shout out
basically
really
out of
loudly.
combat now, so you can just move.
Yeah, then I will just shout really loudly. Well, you can't hit me if I'm not on land, so gonna go on the water and jump in the water.
Right. I want to say make me a reflex save, but I think you're not gonna make this one, are you?
No.
All right. Let's see how bad your luck is.
Oof.
You wanted to have something fun?
Sorry.
he's laughing, so
Sorry, Ori.
So it is that you know that there's a pit trap underneath here. Otherwise, it may have gotten way worse because I didn't roll that well. You jump into this hole, expecting it to be like 10, 20 feet maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You jump into just a pit. Someone has worked really long on this because it continues down forever and you land with a slam. And your size, your training, it all helps you that you only take 21 points of damage when you fall into an 80 feet deep trap.
What?
The footing here has been made to be you don't land that hard because also the ground is you kind of land in mud. It gives far more weight than just stone or anything, and you manage to kind of catch yourself along the way. It all prevents it that you do not just splat, but you did fall into a very deep pit.
Are there any interesting echoes from that slam, maybe on the ground?
Like, are we prepared when it's that deep?
It's quite the echo, and it also you two see Ori jump, And then it takes way too long before you actually hear him land.
Ooh, fuck. I can get him out.
And that was a really deep pit.
Yeah.
You rolled about how deep the pit was?
I rolled a d8 to see how deep the pit was. 10 feet. And I rolled an 8.
Jerk.
Damn. It's an impressive pit.
But hey, I rolled pretty shitty on 8d6 fall damage.
86. So that's
It's
54? No, right? No. 48. So I couldn't have died.
anyway. Are you getting him out?
No,
It's your turn.
I'll first slam onto the
We're
side.
out of combat.
You're
now?
basically out of combat now.
That's what Chris said.
Oh,
Slam on the side. Well, tuk, tuk, tuk. You happy now?
It's
You
not.
wanted?
It's not rock on the side. It's still kind of muddy.
I'll still knock it.
Yeah. You're
Happy
kind of
now?
flat.
Is that the fun you wanted?
I can tell you that the answer was yes.
can I?
Am I hearing
People-
any laughter in the
People
tremor
pay
sense?
big
No.
money to see me get hurt in the arena, okay? Oh, wait! Ha! I have an idea.
Not expect this. Okay. Can I see Ori from where I'm at? I am in a tree. I'm not that far away from him, but
I mean, he is in an 80-foot deep pit, and the
You have
pit
to be-
isn't.
Exactly above him.
can I see like part way down the pit?
You definitely can see part way down. Yeah.
I am going to teleport as far down as I can. I'll catch the rest with Featherfall.
All right.
Um,
There are now 2 people into this 80 feet deep pit.
so that is my movement and a reaction,
And out of combat.
which
Good.
means I
Out of
can
combat, so you can
grab
do whatever you want.
Ori. I can just sort of like, grab hold of Ori, hold a pouch at the ready to teleport him out. But I'm first waiting to see if something happens. So I am holding the teleport to see if the walls start coming towards us.
You may make me a perception check.
17!
The walls do not seem to be coming to you, and there's also not really something else that is fairly noticeable around here.
Actually, I think at some point a wall does seem to come close to you, but it's actually Nix's head popping out. It's like, wow, this is a deep pit.
You probably come out. You're quite deep down to your mind, because I assume you're about 20 feet, so you can just feel Ori. And you just come out, and the pit also still goes 60 feet further down.
Noticed.
Wow.
Alright, then I'll teleport him back up.
I will not resist.
Just
Yeah.
on the edge. That is.
You now do realize that something
3
needs to happen with this pit, because it's on the way of the caravan.
Yeah. But also, we pissed it off. So at least we'll just sort of
It was already
step
making
onto the boardwalk, just stomp it a couple times to make sure that it's sound. Flop down, get out her notebook, and start scribbling things that she learned about the monster.
I am mad, so I'm gonna write.
I'll shout down into the pit, because I imagine we're on the edge.
Mhm.
And I hope it echoes a bit so he can hear it. You wanted something fun? You want something to eat? People are gonna pay big money to see you in the arena. See the trickster in action. You get food. It's lots of fun to be had.
It's only 2 weeks walk.
And way less dangerous and way more exciting than the middle of nowhere here. Put in a good word for you.
Come up with that sooner.
Alright, so what are you gonna do?
I can even be your first fight, so we can talk about who wins.
X is gonna, burrow around, see if I notice anything. I don't have
No.
too long on my transformation.
I have one idea left. And it's quite escalating. So...
Does it involve burning the forest down?
No! No, it's not. It involves freezing the entire marsh.
Then we'll just break through the ice.
How?
Literally going back to the caravan, getting the alchemy kit, and just literally, as well as I can, using alchemical ingredients, fucking up its home.
Does sound escalating.
Yeah, so that is the one idea I have left.
Threaten him with it. Maybe that helps.
This is right. She is not mentioned. Yeah. She'll just mention this to you. Like it's. We could threaten it, but carry threats don't work. We need to.
I wasn't threatening. I was negotiating.
Nyx comes back up out of the ground. Maybe we can see if it has an actual lair somewhere.
Hey, do you have a lair somewhere? Where?
Don't ask that. For more tracks or something?
Is there knowledge for monsters on how to anything that I would have read on trapping burrowing creatures for the strikers?
Make me a knowledge monster check.
This gets an additional d6 for the being knowledge check. That is a really, really good roll. It's a really good roll. It's a natural 19 plus 6 for a rolled 22 plus 11 for a 33.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, no, plus 10 for a 32.
What you in general know about burrowing creatures is that usually they cannot see underground. So usually they rely on tremor sense. So standing perfectly still often works. However, you do think that that is not quite the case for this creature because it has built its traps and still stays underground. So it probably has something else going for it. Yeah, in general, burrowing creatures.
Orange tactic, probably, right?
Are really difficult. Ambushes may work. Like speed, dealing with it very quickly for advanced strikers. Managing to get it off the ground or immobilizing it in general, those kind of things. Or, tracking them. Like putting them into an ambush and then either blood control or another way that you can actively track them.
Blood control would not allow me to track it because I need, for pinpointing, it cannot be behind total cover. So if it was 3/4 cover, I cannot track it. But if it's behind total cover...
Okay, there are other ways that you can track creatures.
But, remembering this, I do get another thought. It does not rely on tremor sense. It is unlikely to rely on tremor sense. From this. From what I know about it. I'll share this with the others.
Alright.
That means there's a fair chance it's using its eyes or another sense which we could try and agitate. Would not require fucking up the entire marsh. That would mean we can, along the path, fuck it up. making it hard for it to approach it and set up traps.
We trick it into revealing its location, maybe? Like with a flashbang or something? Startle it?
I do not have the flash bomb on me. I need some time to make that.
It just sank into the mud, right? So it didn't leave like a mole would leave a hole in the
No,
ground.
it does not seem to leave any tracks.
No.
Yeah.
So it can just move really freely. So
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, do you think it is the marsh? Sentient marsh?
oh, that's actually very interesting.
Because then we may as well give up.
It can be killed, so it's not the entire marsh.
Do you guys have some food with you?
No, I never carry food with me.
I have some dried fish. I have some more dried fish.
Is it enough for 4 persons?
I don't think I have that much on me per se. I mean, it depends on how much you want to eat. Like a light snack, maybe. I didn't bring lunch for 4 people.
I think we should go back.
Sure.
I think we should go back to the caravan, stop them. How far back about is the caravan?
Probably like
At
an
this
hour.
point.
A good while.
Okay. I think we should go back and discuss. Because we know it can't be. We literally got it to confirm that it can't be killed. That it has been actually killed 3 times. That is new information. We know that it doesn't use tremor sense. We know that it speaks common, and we know that it vomited acid this time. That is far less interesting, but we've got some information. I think it's time that we discuss. Get the general in on this. See if he has any additional tactics that we can employ. Offer our suggestions, because if it is actually a sentient marsh, then we may want to waylay. Just go around it.
Either we go around, or at the least, if we have to go through it, we have to fill up all the holes, so we have to go back anyway.
Yeah.
Around?
And it just wants food and some fun.
I know. That is why I think we need to discuss. We can't fight it, clearly. We can't find it. The only measures we have left are very drastic. And likely don't even work.
So we just go for a picnic.
What?
Yeah. It wanted 2 things. Fun. It's having fun right now.
Or you're
And food.
really late. Like, really, properly fucking late.
No swearing, young lady.
I'll swear however the fuck much I want.
Don't fucking swear at me.
And if you do, at least use proper grammar.
At least it's annoyed.
If you want to fucking swear, then use the fucking right grammar.
Fine. I don't think we're standing any chance of luring it out in the open. Not with food. Not with humor. Not with anything. Because it knows what... We have been talking out loud about how to find it, about how to kill it. I don't know exactly
Then
what
we
it's
go
saying.
back, we fill up the holes, and we continue. Then
That sounds like a very good idea. Instead of just sitting here with this creature knowing that we're going to attack it. And, maybe the general agrees. Like, we spoke to it. Maybe the general can come and make a deal with it, since we're clearly not equipped for this. And
even
he
if we
has
don't
much
deal,
more power. He would be able to provide a much better environment.
Even if we don't deal with it, it's one person. We're traveling with an entire caravan. As long as we fill up all the traps, we just go along our way.
Sure. Let's head back for now, at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, so you head back.
Yes, well, actually, I think maybe you might want to try sneaking back after a bit.
Yeah, like after half an hour of backtracking, we'll be like, what do we want to do?
Before I left, I will have called out, if you have any favorite food, let me know now.
Right. Are you, moving back?
Yeah.
All right.
For about
That's where
half
we're
an
gonna
hour.
That's where we're
Yeah.
gonna take a break.
Fair enough.
Little fucker.
Alright. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Grab a drink, and we'll see you
I
soon.
have never hated one of your characters this much.
We're not off yet! But we will be now. See you in a bit. Good. We should be back.
All
Good.
right.
I'm waiting
back.
for my screen to catch up. So now also, finally, yeah. Right.
Go.
All right. So, tactics.
Yeah. So.
The only way we're going to catch this thing is by actually getting a hold of it. Maybe.
We mostly need to figure out what it is. And I think that the general might have more information on what happened before. If we can put that together, we might be able to figure out a bit more. Because at worst, that thing is the actual marsh, and then we don't know how far it spreads out.
I'm mostly contemplating to just ignore it fully. Fill the traps, pass it. Don't bother it.
In that case, we definitely should consult the general.
Because either it's the marsh and it's just an entity that will never go away, or it's a trickster and the trickster likes attention. And the worst thing we could do is not give it attention.
That is true. In any case,
Yes.
I think the call should be the generals.
Fair enough.
Right.
Right, let's head back and see if we can find them.
You return to the caravan, and you go and find the general. It's not hard to find.
We were wondering if you had additional information on the monster of Coldmarsh. We're trying to figure out what to do with it.
It's a very specific and elusive entity. I'm afraid that I do not have much information on it.
Apparently, it already died 3 times.
Yeah.
Yes. 3 teams of strikers were sent in the past.
Yeah, you're already
Far as
aware that it's the same one, that they actually succeeded in killing it. And that it remained dormant for an undetermined period of time that even it did not know.
I was aware that they did actually kill it. I was also aware that it did return afterwards. It was a theory in our minds that it would be the same creature, but we were not sure. It is good to have that confirmed.
Its intentions are mostly childish.
It's an annoying prick, that's what it is.
Yes. It is so fucking annoying. We got it talking for a bit, then tried to take it out, and it just decided to stay out of range of our tremor sense, refused to engage, likely is setting up new traps as we speak.
Well, that seems like the smart tactic, so
Yeah.
not too surprised.
There's a couple of things that we're wondering. The point of engagement for the previous groups of strikers.
Mhm.
Where exactly was that? Or was that all in the same point? This clearing in the marsh? This relatively open space through which bridges go?
Not always. One of them did fight it on the path. One of them tracked it to a nearby hovel. The other group put a trap.
Alright, but that was all within how large a radius of each other?
Quite a bit. But large distance between them was about a day's travel.
Alright.
Yeah, I might have an idea. If we want to try again at doing this thing. I could take the shape of an animal that lives around here, walk into one of its traps, and wait for it to come and try and eat me, because apparently it hunts animals with these things as well and wants to eat them. You guys lay in wait. It shows up. I try and grab it. You guys help me knock it out.
That might actually work.
As long as he doesn't notice you. You do have to be very stealthy.
I can be very stealthy.
I could try to...
I don't...
Like one of those...
I'll turn to the general. We're suspecting that it senses its environment, not through a tremor sense or a sight. You are capable of divination magic. Would you know of any magic that would create this sort of perception? That seems pretty much omnipresent.
Varies. Blind sense, blind sight, scrying. There are various forms of sight. There's such a thing as green sight or fog sight, through which you can see through nature and fog specifically. Probably also is something like earth sight, which means simply being able to look through the earth.
Right, that really does not help much. Because we don't know any ways to hide from something like blind sense or...
Blind sense would be tricky, but earth sight is still probably just vision. As long as you can hide, you can hide. Green sight might actually be worse. You would be able to see through plants. You need something better than plants to cover behind.
Well, we try your idea of the bait. If it takes the bait, we attack it. If it doesn't take the bait, let's take some tools anyway.
You guys can stay at quite a big distance and just teleport in. Would really help, probably.
130 feet. That is, with the radius that we're talking, is not large. If it indeed has a green sight or something like that, it might be able to see much further.
Stay behind rocks and trees. Unless it has earth sight and green sight, it won't be able to see you.
And I can just be invisible, so you know.
Works too.
Do we, by any chance, have something like a potion of flying with us?
Potion of flying?
That would avoid any...
You ask for a very expensive component, I'm afraid.
I know.
The guild resources are doing quite well, but not as well as to just bring...
It would be very flashy.
On our journey, just in case.
I know. That is why I'm mostly asking to be sure. I have a lot of doubts about this. And this thing is intelligent. Very intelligent. Trying to outsmart it. We're trying to outsmart it when we're on its home turf. It knows everything around here. So I'm trying to think of a way where we can turn its home turf against it. Or we would if we would not not actually bring the fight to its home turf as long as we're in the sky. That is why I thought of the potion of flying. I get that it's very expensive, but it was a thought. If that is unviable,
I say we either go with the bait or we just ignore it. The best way to deal with a bully is to not give it attention.
Is that a viable option? Is ignoring it a viable option? Turn to the general.
Detect all the traps, I guess, maybe.
We find as much of the traps as we can, fill them all up, continue our path.
Because in any case, we don't know how to kill it.
Even if we kill it, it comes back, apparently.
I mean, I would say, with you and the group currently on guard, if you do indeed stay close, or yes, close at least, and me and the retinue of 6 other guards, I would say that we can at least scare it off.
Should be able to defend the caravan.
Then we play defensively only.
Exactly.
Defensively, on the verge of ignoring it, as far as we can.
Stay in line of sight, disarm any traps that we spot ahead. Make sure never more than one person gets caught in the trap.
I have to say that I do not quite I agree with the idea of ignoring it. I would say that we play defensively. If it shows up, clearly let it know that we know it's there and we are ready to defend the caravan if we must.
What about my
In
bait
general,
plan?
it's looking for fun and food. Antagonizing it or warning it, just playing his game. It's just playing into his cards.
Well,
You in favor of my idea of trying to bait it or not?
I am hesitant. Because in order to make it safe for you, we have to stay very close. And if it's again a trap like the 80-foot pit, even I can't get to you that fast.
An 80-foot pit?
Yes.
That's...
I cannot drop down that again. I can do that once per day. Like it's exhausting.
I
can do it the second time.
I can barrel out. It's not an issue.
I could do it the second time.
Not if you're knocked unconscious or harmed. That is.
I do feel my ankle still a bit though.
Oh right.
We should
I'll
probably heal
hand
you.
you a tin of salt.
For the plan of debate, if you think that it may work and it will help, then, well, you don't need to ask me for permission, but you do have my blessing. If...
Still want to try and capture it.
Well...
Kind of.
You are free to do and try as you will.
The thing is, Nix, say everything goes well. It doesn't see the two of us. You walk into the trap, it sees you, and approaches you, and we ambush it.
Do we have anyone with us who can detect?
Let me continue. What's not to say it will just go away again and we're in the same situation again?
Oh, nothing lost, nothing gained. What does it matter? Try.
Waste of resources, spells, magic, energy.
Bored anyway.
I have one more thought. Just one last one. Do we have anyone with us who can detect thoughts? Consciousness?
It's a good one.
I know a chap from another campaign who's good at that.
A chap from what?
Yeah, we have
I
another
hope
campaign.
that was out of character.
Yeah, very out of character.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Because it may be able to detect if the entire marsh is a consciousness or if there's a creature in the marsh. That is the difference that I'm mostly concerned about still.
So it may actually be able
I
to
am not convinced it's a creature.
tell us where it is.
I'm afraid that we do not have someone like that in the current party.
Alright.
In the current expedition.
Fair enough.
Nix, I think it's your call. If you want to be the bait, you are a master tactician.
Alright.
I'm not worried. Don't mind trying.
Then we'll go.
I'll apply the salve first before we leave. You
All right.
roll for yourself?
Sure, I'll roll for it. That is 16 plus 3 is 19 points of healing.
Damn, alright. I'm almost back at full.
All right, I wish you good luck. But before you go, I would like to remind you, just to make sure that, well, the priority in your mission is to get the caravan safely to Iritis. Your mission is not to kill it.
Fair enough.
Like I said, I want to try and this thing.
I will grab some extra tools from the wagon, like spades and such.
Oh, yeah, repair
traps
tools.
and such. Yeah.
Well, the fact of capturing it, I mean the same thing with it. Your goal is also not to capture it. Your goal is to make sure that it does not harm the caravan.
Fair enough.
Do we have a
There.
net with us?
Yes,
Yeah, I think we can.
absolutely.
You see Elise like struggling to carry it.
130 feet, teleporting in, and me just with a net. I'm a big guy. If I can probably hug it and hold it.
That is, if it doesn't squeeze right through it, as long as it's not.
Nothing like our master tactician said. Nothing lost, nothing gains.
Can try.
I mean, Elise was taking it already.
Yeah, I'll try to. Yeah, is it the biggest net we have? Is it the giant-sized net?
That is, she grabbed the biggest net that we have, and
Perfect.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
Cheek, one hand. Okay, thank you.
It is not necessarily designed for combat. So
at least you teleport me in a little bit above, and I just.
So
I
after
quickly
capture,
want to point out, considering that you're a gladiator, you would be proficient in nets.
Yeah.
also Nix, I'm not suggesting we bring it with us or anything after capturing it. I think we could just let it go after we pass, just to make sure that it doesn't pull any tricks. I don't think we want to bring this thing with us. How else are we gonna, or knock it out? It works too. You don't have to.
You're saying this to the general?
I mean, we're sort of discussing this with him next to it. Like, I think we're pretty much ignoring it.
It's more about that. It just making sure it doesn't do anything while we pass.
Yeah.
Then capturing it does not seem useful.
Capturing it, knocking it out, killing it, whichever. We don't really need to kill it though. It just
did not engage us directly, with the exception of the acid. It avoided confrontation when it realized we hit back. So, if we're considering this defensively, in this case, offense is definitely not the best defense.
We don't want it to go away. That's why we capture it.
If we get it before the caravan arrives, then it can't do any stuff on the caravan when we pass.
We can even let it go after the caravan has passed.
If one of those caravan wagons drops into an 80-foot pit because he just opens one up beneath it or something. I don't know what it's capable of.
It did not open up any traps beneath us. We're pretty much knee deep in its territory.
Probably weren't any traps.
It was not.
Now, come on,
any
let's not waste any
traps
more energy and time. Let's just capture this thing, or not capture it and fill in the holes, and let's continue.
Let's go.
Now we're just wasting time and energy.
Have much time before the caravan reaches it anyway. We have some time and see if it comes when we try to bait it or not.
We should probably check like every step that we make. Move very slowly. Keep our eyes peeled for any traps along the path as we move forward.
That seems generally like a good idea.
Is there a part where you would want the caravan to be put on hold?
No. We want it to move with us as much as...
Just keep it moving.
All right.
We'll try and speed up a bit.
Once you get to the point, and I'll explain why I catch it, saw the first
I
trap.
don't know if it's there first.
Do make sure that everyone keeps an eye out.
Of course.
If it's spread out as much as was recorded, then we don't know that is the start. The area is so much larger.
The alternative is that they stop now or move very slowly now, and we'll get to Iritis in 2 months.
Maybe? I don't know. Let's go.
Keep
We'll try and
moving
capture
and
it.
with anything you come across. No guarantees.
Let's go.
Nyx is going to try and transform into one of those toads, I think. One of those. At least look like one of those frost
Is that
toads.
the most
we came
tasty
across.
you can look?
Right?
How far away from the caravan are you when you do this?
I think still barely in sight, so they can witness it.
All right.
Is this the most tasty you can look?
You do notice an arrow flying by.
Our side.
She'll shout.
Our side.
All right.
No arrows follow.
Thank you.
All right.
Maybe don't even like toad. Just want a deer or a swine.
Don't
or
know what other creatures. How many?
steak,
Yeah,
fish.
I'm sure it likes toad. We'll see.
Okay. And we'll travel back to the point where we encountered this, I guess.
All right.
Find the trap.
Definitely keeping a close eye out and fixing anything that is necessary.
You may all make me a perception check.
I'm taking no.
Okay.
I'm not even
That's-
taking inspiration. This is unsalvageable.
21.
I got a natural one. I'm busy pretending to be a toad.
Natural
Guys are
2.
right. Damn.
Natural 2. Elise is preoccupied with any possible plans on how to destroy this marsh.
Mm-hmm.
Ori has already fell into 2 traps. He's really looking out for this.
Yeah, or you. Most of the traps aren't. Most of the traps seem to be in the area where you found the first ones. At first, you notice nothing at all. Or eventually, you start to notice a couple of traps, and you manage to disarm them. They're mostly. Most of them are either traps that are pitfalls or seem to lodge some kind of thorns.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that basically is just made out of thick brambles just beneath a layer of leaves. Nyx. Oh yeah, and there are also a couple of those basically snare traps.
Mm-hmm.
Traps that you step into and then suddenly something goes across your leg and you hang upside down at a tree.
Yeah.
Nyx. You also find a trap.
Yeah.
Because you walk right into it.
I will pretend it was all according to plan.
Yeah, you pretend it's all according to plan. It is a pit trap. And it's not 80 foot deep, no worries. It is only 10 foot deep, but there are brambles at the bottom. You may make me a reflex save.
I will.
But actually avoiding this is not going to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, that's part 1 of the plan.
A moment.
Did you see anything else further ahead?
26.
Let's take a look, shall we?
All right, nice. Yeah, you take only 8 points of damage from a not that deep fall with in a pit filled with brambles, and you're not actually mechanically bleeding, but you are flavorfully bleeding.
Ouch.
What's the rest gonna do?
I would
You
like.
suddenly see Nyx go floop.
Yep.
Found a trap!
You can't say that you're a toad.
Yeah,
We're
you can speak.
Fair enough.
Elise and
I
Ori.
can speak.
Elise and Ori we're continuing walking. I would like to assume. I have mentioned that I might do this before. And Nyx, I have attempted it before, so Nyx will know that this is will likely know that this is listening. I would like to assume blood control over Nyx. I've told you that I can stop bleeding.
It's not mechanical bleeding. It
Okay.
is.
Fair enough.
It's like clear scratches and a bit of blood coming
Still
out.
would like
but
to
not-
assume blood control.
Right.
You're allowed. Nix is going to dig of some of the earth and cover the bramble so he can actually kind of sit on it without hurting, and then just kind of lay there, pretend to be breathing out ish, tend to be shallow breathing.
I
like
will.
a wounded animal.
Roll me a performance check.
Is that a bluff check or what? Or do
Yeah, I guess it would be bluff, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because
Either bluff or
warming.
performance.
Aw,
No.
I rolled a 2. That's a 9.
Even we don't believe it.
Not great.
I am actively maintaining blood control. I think we'll continue walking like a bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Nix. You notice that a centipede comes, quite a big one, comes crawling out of the mud around you
Okay.
in this gap, and another one, and another one, and quite some other critters like worms, those kind of creatures come crawling out, and you start to hear them speak, you think.
Okay.
It's a kind of soft whisper that seems to come from their direction. And you hear them say things like, "You're not one of us. You're not from around here. You're different. You're an outsider. You're strange. You're not from here. You're lying. You're not you."
If these bugs can figure it out, then we're not going to fool that thing. Possibly it's been... Yeah. Okay. In that case, Nix is gonna hop out of the pit and transform back into his normal shape.
All right. You see a toad hopping out of a pit and transforming into a cat-like boy.
I'll drop the blood control.
I have a feeling this wasn't working. Insects
happened?
started talking to me, telling me that I didn't belong here.
Bugs
Tried.
started talking to you?
Actually,
I am
at this
very
point,
sure. At this point, I'm very sure that we're dealing with a sentient area.
Nix is actually going to walk back over to the pit. And I do actually have the option of turning my tongue into a sticky tongue that shoots out, and I will try and grab one of the bugs and eat them in revenge.
Making me an attack roll.
Let's see. This is a melee touch. That's going to be an 11 on touch. That's not great.
All right. No, you still get one. Are you just going to grab it?
I'm grabbing it with my tongue. I'm eating it.
All right. You make me a fortitude save because it is gonna fight back.
Fair enough. You don't belong here.
You belong in here.
It's a 19.
All right. You do take 1 point of damage.
You belong in my belly.
Num num num.
It
Nom,
does not
nom,
taste great. Perhaps this felt like a far better idea the moment you were a toad.
Yeah. Still, the toad instinct kind of messing with my head. It was like, why did I just do that?
Sure. Okay. We'll just keep filling up the traps then.
Yeah, let's.
Also, I think we might want to stay How fast were we moving when we were checking for traps? Were we moving faster than the caravan mostly?
Probably.
Yeah, I would say a little faster. Yeah.
I
Caravan's
think we should
moving
stay in
pretty
line
slow.
of sight of the caravan.
You don't want to travel a bit further?
No, because then it might the Coldmarsh might be able to set up traps in between what we can see and what the caravan sees.
Not fair enough.
It might mean that occasionally we have to fix things. Like, I'd say we fix like the major gap in the bridge. We fix somewhat of the pit, then go back, stay within line of sight of the caravan, and continue scouting within our line of sight.
I will take a look around, because if these critters were here, like you're not one of us, maybe the thing is also nearby, watching from a
If
distance.
the critters were talking, I don't think this is a single creature.
Last time it also had a line of sight on the trap.
You may make me a perception check.
Not great. 17.
No, you don't see it.
We'll wait till the caravan's here, and then with joint efforts, fill up all the traps. Don't need any more
We're gonna
blood.
fill up the 80-foot. I think
just
that's more of a case of
move
marking
around
where
the
it is.
80-foot
Like,
pit.
don't get
Yeah,
close to this
Like,
pit.
flag.
I can stretch over it and let the cart go over me.
Ah, that's a great idea.
No.
It was in the water anyway.
I'm not saying it's a good idea.
It was in the water. It's not on the road. Anyway. Yeah, I guess we keep a lookout, search for traps.
All right. Yeah. You fix the bridge and the big trap,
Mhm.
the big drop. You stay close to the caravan. You find a couple of traps still, but not too many on the road. It's not riddled with traps. You think you've already found the most of them.
Right.
I will still keep an eye out for traps or the creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
About halfway when you're getting to the end of the day, you do see far off in the distance what looks like the creature who is sitting on a rock next to a larger pond and just watching you.
Okay. One of us should go.
We're in line of
What's
sight.
it?
We're in line of sight of the caravan.
Yes.
So just hold the caravan.
This is like a couple of 100 feet away.
Still,
This
we
is
can
a
hold the
teasing.
caravan.
This is a teasing. Remember, ignoring?
We just or the bully.
Orders from the general.
Orders from the general, or to make sure it doesn't harm us. It's just watching.
Orders from the general was to not ignore it. And be on the defensive.
Yeah, and stopping and going to it is not being defensive. That's
No, we're not
being...
going to it yet. What do you want to do?
What do you want to do, Ori? You want to go to it and talk again? Do you want to go there and find out it's not actually the thing, it is just a bunch of plants? This seems like a prank. One that I've done before to my mum with like
Very
a
well
mock-up
be.
in my bed.
Very well be a fake creature with traps around it. It will definitely be traps around it. Either way, there's gonna be
That
traps.
is, yeah. This is just to lure one of us. We haven't engaged it in a while. It's getting bored.
Let's just pass.
That's what I'm saying. So don't hold the caravan. Let's go.
Right. You move on.
Yeah. Do pass like word of mouth, like one of us goes back to the caravan and say like,
Does the figure move?
possible
at any
sighting of
point?
the creature. Keep an eye on it. Don't let it notice you being alert.
You might make me a perception check, Nix.
Yeah, it's a 13. Is it still there?
You don't see it move. You do see a specific point that it isn't there anymore.
Okay.
Other than that, you still check for traps. It is quite exhausting, but eventually you get to the camping spot for the night.
Might want to keep an extra eye out this evening.
Probably.
Probably sleep in turns and help the
Yeah.
guards here.
I mean, tomorrow we're on guard duty anyway. We can, if in case necessary, take turns taking a nap during the day, so we can stay up pretty long.
We can ask the other teams to also have a relation system and having some of them guard this evening too.
How, like, traveling through the total area was a day, so we'd be now about halfway through it, so by the end of tomorrow we should be out of its region. So,
Just one day. One night.
Yeah. One night. We can handle that.
By the
Don't
end
we-
of tomorrow, the general can and will tell you you will reach the Mistwald.
Alright. Next, if you talk to Team 38, and I'll talk to the veterans and propose the idea.
Yeah, sure. I definitely say, like, not keep the scouting party up, because today was exhausting. Make sure the scouting party gets a good night's rest, and see if whoever was on guard today
Yeah. They're grown
is willing.
strikers. They should be able to deduce for themselves if it's possible or not.
15 is scouting tomorrow, right?
Yes.
And Orgmir will go to Team 15 and just relay the idea, and if they're capable of doing it.
Yeah, they're all right with it.
Right. It's an annoying little fucker, so things
They
normally
have two
can hit
people
it.
who are willing to keep watch.
What? Then we'll keep watch during the night. Dinner, and I think probably today we're all pretty tense. No shenanigans.
We'll take turns. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Right, I'll take first.
Right.
Sure. Second.
Wait.
I'll pick a spot on top of, like, one of the carts where I can have, like, a relatively long line of sight. Because I can move very fast. Perfectly as central as possible, so I can just teleport directly if I see any movement and check it out closely.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be up in a tree.
You might roll me a perception check.
I will take a plate of food, put it down somewhere, and walk 30 feet away and just sit and watch.
Alright, I am adding inspiration. I don't need it because I just rolled a natural 20, but this at least is on my alert. So that's a natural 21.
All right.
For a
And-
28.
Dirty 21.
He says trouble staying awake. This is 10.
Yeah. What do you put on the plate, Ori?
I'll try to find different kind of snacks. So a bit of fish, bit of flesh, potatoes, vegetables, just as diverse as I can gather.
All right.
And put it there and just 30 feet, 40 feet away and just sit and take a look around, but also keeping an eye on the place.
Yeah. At least nothing happens during the night. You see some people moving around in the camp. You see the general leaving his guard wagon every now and again.
When does he sleep?
But no creatures. Ori, you do over the course of the night see a variety of animals coming towards the plate, taking something from it, but none of the animals look like a creature made out of vines and dirt.
I will still just salute at the darkness.
Right. And Nick as well has trouble staying awake. And the next day dawns.
I'll wake the other two up.
She's very well rested.
At least it's not.
Rise and shine.
But she is a morning person. Oh shit, I still need to make stuff. What time is it? Oh fuck, it's late. I need to get to work.
Can you do me?
Make me craft alchemy check.
Can you do me a favor before you go to work?
Could I get a repeat of which check I need to make?
Craft alchemy.
Alice, can you do me a favor before you get to work?
Sure.
Can you take 3 deep breaths? Very slowly.
Like sequentially without breathing out?
You can breathe out. And afterwards just stretch.
Can you even take 3 breaths if you don't breathe out in between it?
1. 2. 3. And stretch. Alright, you can get to work.
Can I please get to work? Because I really need to finish this. Like, I don't have a lot of time, and we're going to start packing up soon. I don't want to have to agree out. I need at least an hour.
Yeah, you can get to work.
Okay, thank you. That is a 25.
Alright, fine.
I don't think that helped.
Hey, for like 10 seconds or so, she was quiet and kind of relatively relaxed. I'm taking
No,
it.
she was
I think it
not.
helped us. I don't think she was relaxed on the inside.
She was quiet. That's also a bonus. That's also a win.
See, that was nice. She was
You
quiet.
guys do realize that I can hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. If you
You also
sabotage
do
my,
realize that I'm working with explosive, poisonous, and...
if you
I was
sabotage
gonna go
my
check up on
ingredients.
breakfast. Yeah.
if you sabotage my relaxing exercises, then you get this.
I can make itching powder. Continuing what I'm doing.
Right.
I will be going outside then.
You have breakfast.
I am curious about this itching powder and walk outside. And look at Nyx.
Alice, while you're still working, the general will enter.
Right.
And is carrying a bowl of breakfast. And puts it down and says,
Yeah.
in case you want it.
Yes, thank you very much, Ori. That is great. I will do that later.
That's brilliant.
I mean, I anticipated Ori doing that, so at least she's not paying attention. She's working, so she's responding to how she would to Ori.
The general laughs and shakes his head, but there's no one to see it.
No one's paying attention.
Not
anyway.
even Alice sees this.
Busy. I'm trying to do an hour's worth of work in 50 minutes, and it's not helping because some things need to brew an hour.
Right.
Yeah.
By the time that the camp is packed up, by the time that the camp starts packing up, everybody's done with breakfast. Alice starts walking around, like packing stuff up while eating from a bowl. And at some point, just remarks, "Thanks, Ori," and continues like
And
doing stuff.
Look at Alice. You're welcome. And look at Nyx.
I don't know.
What did I do?
You made her do relaxing, but that didn't work, so it can't be that.
That didn't work. That she never says she's grateful for that.
We should stop talking about it before she makes itching powder.
I'm looking forward to that, actually.
Not. Well, I don't understand why you would be looking forward to it. You were wearing 8 armor. I can transform into a water elemental and like shake it off or something.
I know where you sleep.
In a tree, yes. Okay.
I know worse things than itching powder.
I mean, we have some nobles traveling back with us.
I also know worse things than itching powder.
I could just file off like a little bit from like 2 legs of the bed that you're sleeping on, so it's like slightly tilted. So as you
evil.
sleep, you just roll off.
That is evil.
Well, I'll just put Skittles in your M&Ms.
What are
Dare you?
You've got duty for the day.
We're all on guard.
Forever.
You may all make me a perception check.
I'm at this regular point where
better.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because you know what you were getting into when you got us.
X is very much awake and well rested.
The
So
universe
it's at a 25.
punishes.
22.
9.
Ori is on guard for Alice. And her itching powder.
Mostly
She
on
did
guard
not
for the
make-
itching powder, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still confused why she was grateful.
For the first while, you don't really notice anything. Everything seems calm, quiet. Eventually, you start noticing a few things. Every now and again, it seems that to the side, there is or the first time you see it, there is to the side of the road a large, what seems to be a large wolf.
Do I notice this?
No, you don't.
With a,
The others
with a
do.
9, I didn't think so.
With hostile intentions?
It's dead.
Okay.
It is the corpse of a large wolf.
So that's a no, I guess.
I may have forgotten that very vital piece.
Yeah.
I mean, kinda. What kind of wounds are on its body? Does it seem to be been attacked by swords or something like what?
Are you going to investigate? And then
can
you may make
send
me an
Alice.
investigation check.
I don't know. Ooh.
Or
I mean, I think we'll go.
I've got investigation. I roll a natural one.
right.
I mean, if you're going, then Alice will like sort of just
Let's do.
check Ori and follow. Like,
Yeah.
see if we can help.
Ori Alice walks off.
Where are you going?
Nick's found something. I'm gonna take a look. Just keep an eye on the road. I'll be right back.
I'll
Um,
stay here, I guess. Someone has to guard the caravan.
What are you trying to do, Nick?
See what killed it.
Can I do that?
Yeah,
Its fur is so soft, shiny.
you start petting the dead direwolf.
I'm spending an inspiration.
Yeah.
Shiny.
That is a natural 3 for a 19.
You instantly realize that this direwolf has not been dead for long.
But also, was it killed by the scouting party?
It doesn't seem to be. It wasn't that for long, but it was that for a little bit longer than the scouting party would have encountered it. It also doesn't seem to have any like large wounds or sword marks.
Could I make a heal check to see what killed it?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is not a knowledge roll, so if I would have one that I'd have to spend. I'm spending another inspiration point because I'm rolling like shit. So a natural 11 for 15.
You're not quite sure. There are smaller wounds, and it seems to have been either like grappled or strangled.
Not by any chance drained of blood.
No.
Sounds more like.
But you may make me a perception check.
Ooh.
I'm not spending another one on this. 15.
15. Yeah, alright.
We should get back
Not
to
drained
Ori.
of blood.
Right. We should get back to Ori.
Okay. Alright.
And definitely inform him and keep our eyes out.
Sure.
Are they very close to the path to wolves?
It was just one yet, right?
Yeah, there was just one. But it seems to be rather close to the path, yes.
Maybe pass on the message to buddy system along the caravan. Everybody stay at least within continuous line of sight of someone.
I kind of assumed that we were already doing that, considering territory we were in, but it's a good idea, nonetheless. Right.
So pass that along and continue keeping our eyes out. Inform Ori like we found this.
It was so soft. Yeah.
That is not the most important aspect, Nix.
Yeah, we are probably
Something
right.
killed the direwolf. It was not the scouting party. If the scouting party would have seen it, they would have gotten away. So,
Are there signs, basically beyond this wolf, also keep out signs that the scouting party has been there? Like footprints and stuff. I'm not particularly good at tracking, but we should do that. Like keep an eye on them.
Take a look.
I'll just keep a general eye out.
I made a mistake, by the way. You will reach the Mistwald in 2 days, not this day.
Oh, right.
The scouting party comes back every so often. Does like leave tracks, not something strange. You do overhear one of them talking with the general about a dead direwolf that they found on their path.
Seems to be the same one that we spotted?
No, a different one.
Alright.
And on closer inspection, it did seem to have remarkably sharp teeth. And his eyes were a natural red.
Direwolves.
No. They encountered an alive one or a dead one?
A dead one.
Alright.
With red eyes and sharper teeth.
A vampiric direwolf or something?
Did they manage to slay it? Can we hear that?
It was dead.
It was already dead.
Sorry.
You didn't have a lot of sleep, did you, Elise?
Fuck you, Ori. Alright. They found that.
How soft was its fur? Okay, sorry. We should keep going.
Let's trust that they will take care of it and keep our eyes peeled.
Especially for something that could slay a direwolf like that.
Yeah. I mean, if they know more, they will inform us. That's what we do when we go scouting, so...
There were no external wounds, right?
There were some minor wounds.
Okay.
And it seems to have been strangled.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It wasn't in a pit trap or anything.
No.
Strangled. Snakes?
Maybe. In any case, let's trust that the scouting group will handle it.
Them, though. Those things would. Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
And continue. Still buddy system.
Alright. You eventually do encounter this direwolf that they talked about. Seems to be at the same side of the road.
Is it similar to the one that we encountered?
It is a different wolf, but dire wolf, but it is very similar.
Yeah, similar injuries also.
Yeah.
I didn't see the first one, but was it in the same position? And look at the two of you.
I
Was
don't
it?
want to look at the same. What?
Was it
Did you-
interesting?
What do you mean with
Position.
the same position?
I'm generally wondering.
No, it is someone else entirely, but I don't think that's what you mean.
Not what I meant, but if one was on the side, is the other one also on the side? Is it some kind of message that something or someone is sending us, like, "Hey, look what I can do"?
You may make me a.
Well, I didn't see the first one, so I
check,
can't
think.
compare. I didn't see the
That's
first
fair. In
one.
that case, the other two may make me a perception.
Yeah.
You may all make me a perception check because you may not be able to compare, but you may still be able to see if it's supposed to send a message.
Fair enough. Nope.
21.
23.
All right.
I didn't see the first one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see the first one, so you don't really notice anything about it. Alice and Nix, you notice with this one, and now that you think about it, also with the first one, it is in a spot that seems to be quite a good spot for an ambush on the caravan.
Interesting. Something's helping us?
Or they're just showing us how well it is at ambushing.
It's ambushing ambushers. Would like to ambush us.
Mention this next time to the scouting party that they return. When they return,
All right.
Ask them next time if they
like
was in
mention
a
it.
similar position and similar point where an ambush could have been.
I mean, we've seen both wolves by now.
The third one is
Gotta say,
It's
extra
not
evidence.
unlikely.
feel like this is the work of our.
Very close
friend.
friends.
I want to look if there's any tracks around the wolf that are not of the wolf.
Ooh, that's
No,
fun.
there aren't.
All right.
If it leaves tracks, it will just lead to a trap.
But the thing is, if it doesn't leave traps, then I think we know what we're dealing with.
Just keep continuing.
Flying snakes. Okay, no. Yeah, let's keep going.
Yeah. Rest of the guard day is tense but easy. No other things appear. The scouting party returns a few times. Don't find any more dire wolves, and neither do you.
Basically, but as we're trying to close off where we're gonna set up the campsite, at least just sort of makes this remark. I mean, this is the best possible prank you can pull.
Yes. Got us.
Keeping the whole caravan on edge.
Taking away all of the fun.
It's the only way, when we're ignoring it but being on guard, that it can actually engage us.
And we're even giving it food. It wins. Everyone's happy.
This is a weird creature.
Interesting.
It's annoying.
Is there something specific you want to do that evening?
Find
Sleep.
some food, maybe.
All right.
I think, yeah.
Sleep and find some food.
Leave out some food.
Leave out some food. All right.
At least by this point, we'll have mentioned like 6 times for optimal functioning, you need exactly this many. I need exactly this many hours of sleep, and we'll sort of like over the day several times recalculate how much sleep Ori and Nix would need for optimal performance.
That's fine. Go to bed.
Basically, she's also suggesting that you guys should go to sleep. Like Ori, least of us, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll go to bed.
Very good.
Slept pretty well last night, so
I'll stay up a little longer and again leave a plate
Fine.
of food with varied items and just watch if the other critters can
As you go and leave the plate of food, you notice that someone else has also left a plate of food. But it contains notably more fish.
Look at fish. Walk a bit of distance. Put it somewhere else and watch the 2 plates.
Alright? Yeah, once again, animals come and eat the food.
Salute the darkness again.
Alright. Gonna make a bit of a jump now. Is that something you want to do next day? Because you have a day of rest.
It's a rest day. Yeah, keep an extra eye out because if we're still in the marshes and the creature is still there.
I
So
want
half
to.
resting, half working.
Practice turning into a chair. So
I want to trim 10
Sleep.
inches, like 10 centimeters off Ari's blanket. Like at the bottom, let's get the bottom so you don't notice, but that when he goes to sleep, like his feet will be cold without Ori noticing.
Annoying little shit. He also did it in my room.
I will keep the trim so you can stitch it back on later, because a cranky Ori on a later is terrible. So I will need to be able to fix it. But
Oh, and you had a travel dictionary on Ignan, right?
I have I have a traveler's dictionary, which basically for several languages has basic phrases in it. So it has basic phrases in England. Yeah,
Can I have it?
I already gave it to you.
No,
Because
you gave me the book of letters.
I thought I gave it to you on our previous day of rest after I spectacularly failed in teaching Nix.
No.
All right, yeah,
I
I'll
remember.
pass it off.
If at the point that nobody's teaching Nick's languages or reading or writing, Nix will be playing his new game of throwing a dagger at the wall and then pulling it out again with his tongue. He does get hurt sometimes, but he can.
Nix, you want to help me with some of the Ignan phrases? Just pronounce them.
Huh? God damn it! Yeah, I'm coming.
Just correct my pronunciation. I just try and speak them out and hopefully speak them out in such a way that you know what it says right now and just correct me on my pronunciation.
One of the first phrases that is in the Traveler's Dictionary of Ignan that basically stands at the first page basically translates to "Help! I am not immune to fire." It's a very popular phrase in Ignan.
It makes sense, yeah.
So, yeah, this day passes as well. Not much special going on. At the end of the day, the place clears up a little, in a way. Less murky ground, less water and mud. And it starts to make place for thick growth.
Mm-hmm.
And where first it was a path through a marsh with like a tree every now and here and again, the path that you're now approaching very clearly seems to be perhaps cut out a long time ago, but very much surrounded by trees. By quite large evergreen trees.
Yeah,
no
those need to be
marsh.
climbed.
No more marsh. God. Kick the god.
Raise you up there. Boom, boom, boom.
I don't think there's much chance in racing someone who can teleport.
A teleport also
Actually,
takes move action because I have to
Yeah,
cast it.
it does actually take just as much time, right? And
Yeah.
Nix will be racing you up the tree, actually. Yeah.
Like, definitely the biggest one.
Make me a climb check against.
Under acrobatics?
Yes,
Athletics?
Guess I would say athletics for Nix and acrobatics for Alice.
Alright.
Sure.
That one? Yeah. Oh my god.
Didn't roll too well either. I got a 15 total.
All right, Nix, you just carefully and steadily climb up. Alice, basically just already with the first time goes well, but the second time you teleport onto one of the branches. I don't know why I forgot that word. You teleport on top of one of the branches, forgetting that this place is in winter and everything is cold, and especially quite slippery as well. And you do manage to catch yourself on this branch, but it takes a lot of time to grab yourself and scramble up again. And
I think actually, the moment I'll realize slipping, I'm just gonna spread my arms and on my back, just feather fall down.
Right.
And Ori's underneath you. Hi. Put you down. Does that mean you lost?
Yes, it does.
130 feet up.
Damn you! That's cheating. Okay.
All right.
Basically, end up on backpacking Nyx. You were saying?
Cheating. That's.
Want me to take you down? Okay.
Yes, actually. You know that thing about cats not wanting to climb back down out of trees. It's pretty high.
They can just jump down, right?
Yeah.
I did 80 feet. You can do it too.
He's already back on the floor because...
Rather not.
I did 80. Oh, there you are.
Hop down from Nyx's back.
I
Thank
see
you.
you found a new backpack.
I am not a backpack.
Full
You are much better at carrying stuff than I am.
Ooh, I could pretend to be a backpack someday. Practice.
First, chairs. Don't forget your chairs.
Yeah. Chairs too.
Could be a good element of surprise. You just on my back as a backpack and then me throwing the backpack at them.
It could be a chair backpack and then somebody could sit on that. That seems complicated.
Forward to the end of the campaign, Nyx has transformed into a mimic.
Nice.
Next space being a mimic.
See a horse walking, and then somebody's like, that's pretending to be a horse, but he's actually the saddle.
How far away from the village near Castle Norgrim are we? How many days?
Not too far away, actually. Tomorrow you've got scouting, and perhaps you could reach it tomorrow, but then it would be very late at night, and you would kind of have to forsake your duty as scouting. You could probably get the guard day off to go and check on the village.
Yeah. We definitely should do that.
Yeah.
Definitely take our guard day off, because even the castle might take more than one day, so we'll have to notify them.
Definitely.
So, inform them that we're ready for scouting tomorrow, but
yes,
the day after that we'll need. So,
General understands, and we'll make preparations for that.
Yeah. We should also take camping gear if we go visit the village.
We can do that.
Because from there on, heading directly to Castle Norgrim gives us a bit more head start.
We practiced the camping gear last time.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Mostly that we can continue from the village to Castle Norgrim instantly.
Yeah.
And have more time there without being missed at the caravan.
But first the day of scouting, then asking the general if we're excused, and then spending the next days however much we need. Right?
Yeah.
I think we'll also inform the general at the end of the day that's the plan, so he can prepare.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, he says, that I have given you permission after all, and I have safety precautions in place. No need to worry, do whatever you want, as long as you do come back.
I mean, sometimes planning ahead is easier than divination.
Oh, I certainly appreciate that you inform me of your exact plans, but you also told me before your general plans.
Right, grab some dinner, probably talk to the other teams, like that they know that we're on an extended mission, also, so that they're also prepared. Because we're not like, doing anything like morning announcements, so like more as a courtesy, like, hey guys, we're gonna be gone for at least a guard day, and rest day. If we're unlucky, we might also be gone for a scouting day, so be prepared for it.
If we're very unlucky, we'll never come back.
Team 38 is clearly a bit nervous about all of this. Especially one of the members of Team 15 actually goes to ask, like, oh, cool, awesome. What's you gonna do?
Castle Morgan.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful destination this time of year. Sorry.
No, I heard it too. I was like, yeah. Oh, it's a gorgeous castle. Architectural significance is,
At least we'll literally instantly launch into that sentence if it matters. Like, yeah, it's said to have very interesting architecture, and I mean, what is most interesting about it, like, basically, from the way that she is talking, it sounds like all we're going to do is some research.
Yeah. We'll say
that is the task.
You know, too bad that the owner is such a dick, but well.
Oh, you know about him?
Yes.
Encountered him before?
Thank God, no. In general, do an attempt to stay out of the way of encountering vampires.
Well,
I don't tend to like them very much.
If all of us did that, we would not be on our way to Iritis right now.
If all of us avoided encountering vampires, then eventually there would be no more vampires.
I mean, I guess that's like.
I mean, there's avoiding
us as well. But, yeah. If you avoid them well enough, they're immortal, though.
I mean, accidents do happen.
Ori will spend some time teaching Team 38 some phrases in Giants in case they get captured by any more frost trolls.
I thought you were gonna teach them how to say
now.
Phrases like "Don't eat me, I taste terrible."
My friend is a giant. Please don't eat me.
Yes, my friend is a giant, and he will kick your ass.
Sure, that would help.
Right.
Or your blanket is too short.
Next day.
That's not a backpack. It's not a dagger.
You travel on. Last day of scouting before another big event. The environment seems to become colder. And the previous browns and dark greens of the marshlands already made way for a bit more grayish and dark green of the woodlands, and now you're encountering the whites and grayish browns, some dark green, but mostly white, of a forest in a deep, deep winter.
As you pull that face, Ori at least will punch you in the side. Like, not hard, but like, we just got out of the snow.
I know, I just love it.
Was that really worth punching full plate armor for?
I think it would have hurt you more than it would have hurt me.
Yeah.
That's why it's a playful jab. Like, it doesn't do you damage, it also doesn't do me damage.
It's mostly the sound. Ding! You knocked?
It gets cold into a degree that all of you like start to notice, like, okay, even the ones with throttle resistance or endurance, so it's like, it's pretty cold.
Yeah.
I'll grow my pelt out a little.
You okay, Elise?
More fur.
Nyx has a pelt.
At least he's trying not to complain.
You should get close to each other for warmth.
That is bullshit. Does not work. The outside of a pelt's actually colder.
It's insulating.
Yeah, so if I'm on the outside, it does not work. It's a pelt.
Sorry,
not
I
a
can't
coat.
hear you. It's so cold.
Inside is very warm though.
That is completely not related.
You might make a perception check.
Or it
What?
would just walk a bit.
All of you.
Natural 20.
Which brings you
Yeah.
to?
Oh, a
Yeah.
26. 26.
6. I've got a 24.
So Ori was just walking
Damn.
forward and then. Oh, it's
You're
cold.
all kind of joking with each other, and you all still keep a good look on the surroundings, but you kind of make just a jab at each other, and it is when, especially when Ori, when you look back, that you suddenly see that in the middle of the path, very shortly behind you, there stands a figure. And the others also just quickly catch a glance from the corner of your eye that there's something there in the spot where you were mere seconds ago.
Creature as in
What?
humanoid? Creature as in.
It is a humanoid creature. It stands. Hunched.
Mm-hmm.
It is not small, but it seems to be quite wide simply because it is packed in what you cannot quite determine whether they are layers of like a little torn cloth or whether it is quite hair. Its hands are more claws with long. Either they are nails or they are bony fingers. Its head, however, is not quite visible, because instead it is covered up by a large skull.
Humans.
I
It
should have
seems to
learned
be
something.
the skull of a caribou or reindeer.
At least immediately remarks, I should have learned Sylvan. Is this a hag?
You make me a knowledge monster check.
27.
27. You know this is not a hag. You know that it might be a creature called an I'm gonna butcher this name, an Ijirak. Ijirak. Or Ijirak.
Ichirak, okay.
It is a fey creature. It is not malevolent per se.
Do I know if it speaks common?
No, but you can try. As in, no, you don't know if it speaks common.
Alright, I'll once again repeat. I really should have learned Sylvan.
You want me to do the talking?
You speak Sylvan?
No.
Speak Elven? It's actually unlikely.
I'm guessing it speaks common.
I'll just sort of quietly say this is an Igarak. It's not malevolent by nature. Is it just sort of watching us?
Yes. And if you talk, it's very clearly watching you.
Like with the trolls. Just keep an eye out.
Hi.
I can do that too.
Do you speak common?
I do speak common.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
You are encroaching on my domain.
You don't want us to enter?
That was not what I said. You have already entered your domain. The group you're traveling with is soon to enter it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're probably not just here to update us on that, are you?
I will allow you to travel here. Safely. If you can bring me compensation that you consider to be worthy. In exchange, as long as you're in these woodlands, not in the castle but in the woods, I will keep you safe from the vampire's influence.
Now,
That is very kind of you. Thank you so much for offering that.
Is motive?
Well,
I mean, under whose
Go ahead, make me a sense motive check.
To be sure that I'm good at it. But I rolled a 16, so that's a 16.
All right. It's quite hard to read because it is both an inhuman kind of otherworldly creature. You also cannot see its face because it's covered up by a large skull.
Mhm.
But you don't think it would be very weird if it came out to you and show itself to you specifically to lie to you about this.
Is offering deals like this a common practice for this kind of creature?
Knowledge monster.
It's bad. It's an 18.
Not bad.
It's a natural 2.
Ridiculous.
You have no idea if Ijirak and offerings are something that goes together. You know that offerings with all kinds of creatures can occur. There are fake creatures that do offerings. There are fake creatures that absolutely don't do it. But it is rare for a creature that would suggest an offering to not take it.
Yeah. Would I have any idea of what kind of offering? Like, would this be material or personal or food?
You would have no idea.
Well, I'm a bit slow of mind, but doesn't that contradict what you just said? I was under the impression that this was the vampire's land. Did I mishear
I
you?
just like to think so.
Ah.
Any suggestions in terms of offerings you would enjoy?
Well, let's first, on whose authority are you speaking then? Because I was under the impression that this land belonged to someone else. Let's rectify the situation then, shall we?
I'm speaking on my authority. I'm speaking as me.
Way to get a sense of how strong this being is. Actually, what kind of role would it even be?
The perception, investigation, knowledge, monster, sense motive are all valid. But it's pretty hard.
Yeah. Sense.
Well, I'll tell you my name if you tell me yours.
Go ahead.
As is custom, I'm the guest. Letting me go first is very, very courteous of you. Orgelmir Höder.
Amaris, Alisai, for real.
Shh. Don't give him more.
Why not? Seems nice.
Supposed to give an offering anyway.
I don't think names are an offering.
I'll talk to you later about names. The whole theory about this.
Yeah, I'm aware of names having meaning to specific kind of creatures.
It goes even further than that.
I am called. They call me Suluk.
So look.
Pleasure to meet you.
And pray tell, why were we not aware that these were your lands?
That does not sound like a question that I should answer. That sounds like a question that you would know, not me. I do not know what you did.
It's an infringement on our education, for one.
Would a bunch of dead vampires sound like an offering?
Considering that it is already your goal, would not be much of an offering now, would it? It would be
It's just-
inconvenience.
It's just mean. You know our goal. Interesting.
Well, I have a proposal then. Tell us what you expect us to be offering. And dependent on what the offering is, we can say if it's something we are capable of without asking further questions, or if further questions are necessary.
I am asking to offer you something that you consider worthy.
You want us to offer something worthy.
I think we'll need some time to come up with a good offering.
Then I will give you that time.
Thank you for your kind offer again. We'll be back soon.
I look forward to it.
One more question. An offering specifically of us that we consider worthy, or of the caravan that the caravan as a whole considers worthy?
To make it easier for you, I suggest an offering that you consider worthy.
Let's walk back a bit.
Yeah.
So we can discuss.
Sure.
Well, it's standing behind us, so I think we should walk.
It's standing
front.
on your way back.
Yeah.
You mind if we walk around?
He looks at you, but does not seem weirded out by you approaching it.
Or you will walk a bit further and just sit down in the snow.
Weren't we heading?
And basically just look out of earshot.
That's where I would like to end the session.
Yeah.
Because Ori has a very good idea of what's most valuable.
We'll see about that, won't we? But that will be next week when we will be back continuing the travels through this oh so cold land.
These sessions feel so intense.
Good.
Fun, but intense.
Fun
and intense.
I may or may not, but probably will be back next Friday with more Skyrim. I have started a non-lethal Skyrim playthrough where I do not kill anyone.
Is that possible?
I'm trying.
Really hard.
It's
funny.
It's hard. It's also a lot of fun. I have put some. It's a role play thing and not so much a challenge thing. So I have put some things of
vampires are allowed.
Yeah, vampires are allowed, and like a couple of people because I want to finish that quest line, not because it's necessary, but just because it's fun. And things like if the game says you need to kill this person,
Yeah, and you can't run away.
when it's just like I could walk past this person, but then the quest won't complete. Like then I still count it as okay, I can do that without killing it, but the game doesn't agree.
Last week was pretty funny. The game seemed to not want you to play pacifist and put like the were skeever. Like the were skeever where it was not supposed to be.
That wasn't so much not pacifist because that could be considered like not a person.
The game was just punishing you for it.
It was a like early on moment. I was level 1 and encountered a really powerful enemy that I just could not defeat, and I ran and fucked up a couple of times. But you know, if you want to watch that, it's still up on Twitch. It might be up on YouTube someday. That will be next week Friday, and next week Sunday we will be back. More Dreidan, more Ijarak, or however you have to pronounce the creature.
Woo!
If there is, by any chance, someone in the chat or somewhere watching this with knowledge on Inuit culture, 1, I apologize for my bad pronunciation. 2, I apologize for probably like butchering a culture, which usually comes with, you know, doing Pathfinder and such.
Oh, damn.
And 3, we're very interested to know what the actual pronunciation is. So
yes,
if you know phonetics,
yes. Anyway, we will see you around. No, you will see us around. Hopefully.
You will see us
Goodbye.
on screen. Bye-bye.
bye.